Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another video. Now a couple of weeks ago I made a video that you guys loved, and I mean really loved. It was my most popular video, it's got the most likes, and that was looking at all the upcoming aircraft coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, since that video, once again, of course with the ever-changing situation, we've got new aircraft that are coming to the sim, and we'll be taking a more in-depth look into these individual airliners. Now, as you can tell from the title, today we'll be taking a look at the Boeing airliners. Now, if we get 400 likes on this video, I'll make an Airbus version and then we'll see where we go from there. Now, today we'll be taking a look at the Boeing airliners that are coming to the sim, explaining through them in detail, or what the details we've got, and of course whether they're freeware or payware. Now, we've got many aircraft from the 1960s onwards, so let's get into this video. Now, a disclaimer before I start this video, this is all of the Boeing airliners I know at the moment. There may be some more that pop along into the future, so keep an open mind when I'm talking about that. Okay, so I put this aircraft at the start because it is the oldest. This is the 737-200. Now, we haven't had too much information on this since release, so it may very well be cancelled, but to be fair, they haven't stated it's been cancelled yet, so we can hold out for this aircraft in a few years' time. Now, this is the 737-200. At the moment, it just looks like a port over from MilViz's previous aircraft. And if you didn't know, the 737-200 was the first 737 that was really in active service. There wasn't really a 737-100. If you want to try your hand at flying old airliners, then this is for you. And I mean, for a port over without many changes so far, it still looks pretty nice. You can see we've got a photo of the aircraft climbing out from a runway, and of course in its Alaskan Airlines livery. It looks beautiful, I have to say. Now, referring to price, for P3D and Flight Simulator X, this aircraft came in at $50 US, which is what, about 35 UK pounds, or about 40 euros. So I mean, it's not too expensive for an airliner. I don't believe it's 100% study level, although it's not too far off. It's a highly, and I quote, a high quality rendition of the iconic plane still used today in northern Canada, in which it's an incredibly versatile aircraft. With an approximate range of 1,500 nautical miles and a surface ceiling of 37,000 feet with a maximum payload of 31,300 pounds, this really is a nice little aircraft. Not really little, I don't know why I said that, but yeah, it's a beautiful aircraft. I really like the look of it. I've studied the autopilot of the 737, and the 737-200 had the early Sperry 77 autopilot system in there, I believe anyway. So yeah, I've actually studied parts of this aircraft in full, which makes it a kind of must-have for me, I'll admit. Let's move on to another payware aircraft now. Now moving on, PMDG should be releasing the 737 next generation for Microsoft Flight Simulator by late 2021 or early 2022. Now, PMDG, you guys know or should know that they produce really high quality study level airliners for a pretty hefty sum, to be fair, but I'm really excited for this one because we haven't got a good 737 in the sim yet. Although if you're deterred by the high £100 price tag, stay around for the Freeware 737 that's coming. Now, this has been delayed due to the SDK, so we should expect it, as I said, by the end of this year, although I wouldn't be surprised if it was delayed a bit more. Looking at the outside, it does look very beautiful, very shiny, and lovely aircraft really, especially getting into the cockpit. Personally, I do prefer Boeing airliners over Airbus still, even though I've really gotten used to the A320, so I don't know, but the 737 is a wonderful aircraft to fly. I really enjoyed the Z-Boost 737 in X-Plane, and once again this aircraft will be coming for around 100 UK pounds, and I think you can also get some expansion packs there as well if you want to improve your experience by getting some other lines. Now, the team state they still remain convinced that Microsoft Flight Simulator will be the best long-term platform for simming over the next decade, so they are actually stating their commitment to this. This may mean we see the PMDG 777 or 777 moved over as well. Essentially, I'm really excited for this one. We may even see the 747 moved down. But that's a while away. We haven't got the 737 yet, so I think we should just be a bit more patient. Now, shout out to Qubit from my Discord server for sending me some exclusive screenshots for this one, but him and his team are working on a 737-800 for the Aircraft Megapack, or Project Megapack now, whatever it's called. Now this is still in quite early development, but we're getting some nice shots come through already. This is a freeware aircraft and I believe it will be open source, although don't quote me on that one. And unfortunately there's no set release date for this aircraft. The Project Megapack team did set release dates, but I think they're a bit ambitious, so they had to let go of those. We've got some beautiful renders of this aircraft. It of course looks like a 737, so it's really starting to come along. From the gear assembly to the exterior fuselage to parts of the cockpit to the FMC, they seem to be doing a pretty good job for a small freeware development team. It's certainly one to look out for if you want a free 737-800 coming to the sim. I'll just keep your eyes peeled for this one because this will be magnificent, I'm sure, regardless of how this progresses. If it's an open source project and other people pick it up and improve it, it would be very nice, but by the looks of it, Qubit and his team from Project Megapack are doing a superb job. Sticking around with freeware developers, we've got the Pinpoint Designs 777. This is a freeware 777 that's once again in its very early stages of development, so it might not get anywhere, but I'm pretty sure it will be from how they're acting around it. Now, I was only alerted to this by Spherical off the Discord server, and I mean, it's very early days for this aircraft, so I don't want to delve into it too much because it may just hit the floor, but, you know, it's looking nice already. From what we're getting so far, I imagine they will progress pretty well with this one. I'm not really going to review any of the things they're showing. We've got a few pictures of the fuselage, the engine assembly, and the FMC, but yeah, I can't really talk too much about it because it's not anywhere. Keep an eye out for this one as well, guys. We'll probably see it in 2 years' time, and this will be free. Now, my goodness, this is the most developed Boeing airliner that's free coming to the sim so far. The Parallel Flight Simulations 757. Now, once again, this is still in development, so nowhere near finished. You could not fly this if you want to do tomorrow. But we've got some in-game shots, which is quite late in development, to be fair, and it's looking really nice already. Progress on the overhead panel is looking very nice. 757 is probably one of my favourite aircraft, and looking above, it does look magnificent. Of course, there's still one half to do, but we'll glance over that. As I said, this is still in development, so take everything you see on this video with a pinch of salt. It's upcoming Boeing airliners to come into the sim, not airliners we've got already or that are being released imminently. They've even started work on the custom 757 PFD, and I mean, for the 757 it is looking very nice. I'm really excited to see where this one goes. We've started to get some nice cockpit shots from the real game, as well as some nice exterior views. From seats in the cockpit, this is just looking magnificent. I'm really excited for this one. Keep an eye on this one, the Freeware 757 by Parallel Flight Simulations. So there we go, 2 freeware airliners. Now let's move on to another freeware airliner that I guess isn't 100% brand new because we've already got the 747-8 in the sim, but this is the 747-400. Now, the Project Megapack team are once again working on the 747-400. Now, we did see this a while ago, but due to copyright issues it was taken down. But now they're completely revamping this, adding new sounds, and of course new textures, and sorting out parts of the cockpit as well. And so far, they're doing a pretty good job at it. Have a listen to these sounds. Now, to me, it does sound a bit like from Flight Simulator X, kind of ported over. But overall, it's an improvement on the default 747-8 because you don't really want the same sounds for 2 aircraft. You of course get a nice little look at the exterior model as well. Big contrast to the -8 because of its length basically, and I am really excited for this aircraft and it's looking pretty good. Probably not the best one in this video, but I mean it's looking nice for what it is. And finally, we've got the Quality Wings 787, which turns the default 787 into, of course, a study level aircraft. Now, it doesn't actually turn the default 787 into anything, you've still got that basic aircraft. This is a whole different aircraft in its own right, although it kind of is a big upgrade if you've got the default 787. Now, Quality Wings are making a study level 87, which is very epic. It's probably one of my kind of favourite aircraft that is still in proper active service right now. They claim to take the 787 to a whole nother level, and from the screenshots we've got so far, it certainly looks like they will. This is payware, so you will have to pay for it. I don't imagine it's too much, I think it's around £50, but don't quote me to that, I can't find a price anywhere. And if you haven't got the default 787 and you'd like a sturdy update, a much better one at that, then this may be the aircraft for you. With a completely revamped cockpit, flight controls, exterior, everything in between really, this is certainly something for the long haul pilots among us. I'm personally not overly excited for this one, as I don't really fly the default 787 anyway, so it's probably not for me. I'm more concerned about the short haul airliners, but there we go. So thanks for watching this video guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Also feel free to check out my Amazon affiliate links for all the equipment I use down below, and consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks such as shoutouts in my videos, etc. I hope you really enjoyed this video looking at all the Boeing airliners coming to the sim, but from me today, that is all. Bye bye.